Hi guys, welcome to a new show called Tech Talk. I'm Mike.
And I'm Lee.
This is going to be a show literally about tech, technology, software, anything to do with cameras, computers, lenses, you name it. Mounts, you name it, we'll do it. We're going to kick things off first with Nikon's new baby, which is the Nikon D750, which in a fortnight's time we'll be doing an unboxing and a trial run of the actual camera when it arrives. Basically this is Nikon's new flagship camera that's blowing everybody away at the moment. 24.3 megapixels, full frame, 51 AF system, using the new Power Exceed 4, which is an amazing piece of kit. Runs both FX and DX lenses, also has a built-in Wi-Fi, and comes as one of the first Nikons with a tilt screen, which I don't think I've seen since the 3000, which is one of our first cameras that we had, which was the little thing you tilt up the back of it. So very cool, apart from one's film of course, which is the D5200. That's bonus. But yeah, very much looking forward to it. At the moment, they range from about 1,799. They are cheaper if you go onto Digital Rev, which is where I would head over for any camera kind of stuff you buy. Is definitely head over to Digital Rev with the deals they got going. Also come with Nikon's 2-year warranty, but I am sort of going to more of the details with it. We'll wait till we get a full hands-on preview, unboxing, and a review of how it handles basically. Okay. And I'm going to hand over to Lee now. He's going to talk about
Morpheus.
Ah.
Okay. Basically, what you see here is a Kickstarter project that happened back last year from a company called Cinevic. They were located in Thunder Bay in Canada, and basically it was to produce this, and it's a gimbal-based, well, it's a camera rig.
Yeah.
It's ideal. Usually when you've got this steady arm thing, which we use.
Well, yeah, normally there's weights and things, and it's just on sort of pole we use steady cam.
Yeah, basically it's a stabiliser, tripod, dolly, crane and slider all in one. Very lightweight, using a zero friction gimbal and magnetic steering. On the back of this, we'll do a close-up shot later on, but you can see that there's 3 magnets on the back, and they're guided by this arm. And the magnet on here either is attracted or repelled, and it spins accordingly. It takes some getting used to first, because I've never used one of these before, so initially you just get a lot of that going on.
Yeah,
but
we did
with
try
time,
a little field test last week with it, didn't we?
Yeah.
When we first had it, but it does take a little bit of time to get used to.
Yeah, at the end of this review, there'll be a short film which I shot last week at the Cumberland in the woods, where I shot using different methods, running, walking with this, and you'll see that later on. It's very compact and it's easy to pack away and transport, as I now demonstrate. You just fold the legs away, do that, obviously take your GoPro off, and then that will go in a pouch like that.
I should probably go in a pouch with GoPro on.
Give it a go. Yeah, it's fantastic. You can purchase a wheels and a rails kit, which turns your stabiliser into a tabletop dolly or into a slider, and again we'll cut away to show you some footage of that. Both produce really good and stable footage, as we did a test last week. And
we did, yeah.
Very impressed with it. It's primarily compatible with the GoPro camera, as you see, but it can also support smaller cameras like the Blackmagic Pocket and iPhones and many other smartphones really, using the smartphone adapter which comes with the kit.
We actually tried, we actually took up, I got a Windows phone, we actually just put a thing on it just to see if it would work, and it does actually work quite well. One thing I sort of will recommend is if you're going to use the slider, which we did last week, is to get a tripod that's got a decent set of legs on it.
Yeah.
It's a heavy piece of kit. If you've got a thin tripod, it's just going to wobble. So we had a bit of an issue with that, but once we sorted out tripod, it worked fantastic.
It does. It produces really good results, and the guys at Cinevic say you could easily attach additions to that rail using just PVC pipe. As long as you match it the same diameter or whatever, you'll get fantastic results. Availability wise, you can pick one up today from cinevic.com. You can purchase the base stabiliser, which is this, for around 139 Canadian dollars, which is £86. With the added wheels kit for $189, which is $117, with the weight kit for £98, or the complete package, which includes the rail kit and the weights for £129.85. And I would recommend it. I really would. I mean, I love filming with DSLR or with my Sony Handycam, but I'm using this GoPro more and more now with mountain biking and just general filming purposes. So if you can afford one, definitely pick one up.
I think they've sort of taken over now, basically. I mean, sort of any film in DSLRs or GoPros, whether it's major motion pictures, they're on something.
They're so versatile, they're so versatile. So now we'll cut away to the field test.
Okay, this is the Morpheus test with the magnet set a little way back. Action. I can see it swaying around quite a bit, but then I ain't used to using a gimbal. So what happens if I run? Shake it to the right and shake it to the left. Back to center. Okay, here's the second test. This time the two magnets are touching each other, so we shouldn't get as much movement. So let's try a slow walk. Turn to the left, turn to the right. Slipped in a bit of mud there, so it wasn't the best turn. Let's try a little bit of a run. Okay, so that was a quick test in a Morpheus with the magnet set right up against the unit and also further away. You do get better results with the magnet right up against Morpheus, but when it's further away you do get a lot of this, and that's maybe because I'm not used to using a gimbal camera. So it'll take some practice, but I'm very impressed with what it can offer so far.
So that is the Morpheus in action. You can tell a bit more as we sort of explained earlier about it. But,
yeah,
we'll do some more tests.
Check it out, and there's also some additional footage which I shot initially at the Campanile Lakes. It didn't really go to plan, but that's like an outtake thing which will go up on the channel separately.
Yeah. Now we're going to sort of bring, as a photographer myself, I use a lot of these, which is the Lenovo Yoga 1 tablet, which I recently purchased. Incredible little thing, very quick. It's actually quicker on my laptop for actually doing some stuff, and will run Photoshop, which is amazing.
Let's move that way.
Yeah, there you go. Now, this has actually been out for quite a while, and they're actually just fetching up the Lenovo Yoga 2 tablet. At the moment, I've only got these sort of Japanese prices because they haven't fetched anything here yet for it. There is some sort of initiatives. The way I'm sort of mentioning it is actually going to be one of the first tablets that come out that will not only run Android but also runs Windows operating system.
Oh, cool.
So you basically choose
dual boot
which system you want to run at the time. And one of the funny things though I've never seen, everybody knows that the iPad are just fetching out a new, it's the iPad A2 that they've just announced now. Only they've sort of gone for a sort of weirder look. They've kept the thin look with the battery length on the side, which gives you at least a 36-hour battery, which is unbelievable. I think the new one actually runs 72 hours on one charge. It does. But one of the things they've sort of introduced, which we'll cut away and put a little thing at the bottom of the screen, is they've taken away on the one side we have a phone socket. We do. And on the other side we've got the start button. The start button and the phone socket are now on one side, and they've actually added a projector. And I can't see why they've added a projector. I mean, I don't know. The idea of a tablet is something small that you use and portable. So they've added an HD. It's a QHD 13-inch IPS display projector. It is that will actually run a resolution of 2560 by 1440.
So it's HD.
So it's HD. I mean, it's fast enough. It's quad core, 2 gigs of RAM. The Android system is a 4.4. The Windows system is 8.1. So it'll run anything basically. I just don't see sort of the jumping point to switch over from the one you've just sort of purchased. The fact that there's one with the built-in projector. I'm kind of baffled.
Yeah, what's the cost difference of these?
Well, probably because this is sort of down in price now. This is actually £200, and there's an 8-inch and a 10-inch. The actual new versions are an 8-inch and a 13-inch. The biggest one being the 13-inch tablet. They are apparently going to sort of run it from about 450 quid up. So it's going to be an expensive piece of kit from knowing that people are on
It's
this
like jet prices, really, don't
It is.
it?
I just don't get it. I don't. I know
Yeah.
the fact they're offering again, there's Wi-Fi, there's 3G, there's 4G in it, 64-bit expandable adapters, things like that. But I don't see the actual jump. I can actually see the jump. I mean, you've got the new Lenovo Yoga 2 laptop, which also launched a couple of days ago. Now, I can also see the fact that we've got a system here that you can use as a laptop, you can use as a tablet, because it folds over. We'll put in a little display view to show you what it is. So you can either have it as a tablet, pick it up as a laptop. So it's a versatile piece of kit. But whereas everybody is now getting on board with HD touchscreens, Lenovo have gone different one again, because the new Yoga 2 laptop has a touchscreen, but you don't need to touch the actual screen. You can actually just wave your hand in front of it.
Right.
It'll move, or just point your finger at what you want to tap. Basically, like an Xbox Connect system, it seems like the thing can run it. So I'm assuming it's sort of that type of system setup. I just don't understand how can they jump from the whole touchscreen system and they jump straight into this wave your hand system. Isn't it going to cause sort of issues? I think. Personally.
Yeah.
You know, you move your head and something's going to launch. You are. But yeah, I'm still baffled. As an actual piece of kit, I would recommend going out and get the Lenovo Tablet 1. Amazing piece of kit. It's fast.
How much did that cost?
This was £299. They're actually down to £179 now, which again I bought this 2 weeks ago, which is about right. It is. It always happens when you buy tech. You know, it's like this is quad core. It's HD. It'll run basically anything. I've got a Photoshop hack on it, and it runs perfect. Absolutely perfect. It can even run quicker than my laptop runs.
Yeah.
So. An amazing piece of kit. It will also read raw files, which as a photographer, if you've got it plugged in camera, you shoot it, they'll appear straight on the screen, you don't have to download anything.
Yeah.
It's not going to run it, so I'm kind of way pleased with that.
Brilliant.
It is, but yes, it's an excellent piece of kit. But if you're going to go out and buy one, I would go for the Yoga one. The Yoga 2 just seems, at the moment,
Too big a leap then.
yeah, it's a little bit of a novelty thing, I think.
Yeah.
It is, but there you go, that's how it goes.
Well, yeah.
It does.
Okay, we'll move on now to, well, the successor to this little fella here, the GoPro 4, which has been out for just over a week and a half, I think. Something
Yeah,
like that.
it's actually getting launched in some countries as well, so we're still waiting.
Yeah. So basically, we can do a preview on 2 versions that are available. We're going to talk about the GoPro Hero 4 Black Edition and also the entry-level Hero. So if we start with the black version first, the main addition with this one compared to the Hero 3 is that it shoots in 4K at 30 frames a second. We may not be aware that 4K now is one of the big things that cinemas are doing, projection and filmmakers are, and TVs as well. Through Sony's insanely expensive TVs in shooting in 4K. So you can shoot in 4K at 30 frames. This one can do it in only 12 frames, so you do get a lot. It's very big, massive jump. As before, it records in H.264 codec, which is a standard thing now for filming. 1080p as standard. In 120 frames per second now. The top range of this was 60 frames per second, which basically means some of the videos we shot earlier on high speed with Scott jumping off a rock and the things we tried with the nerve darts.
Oh yeah.
We had to shoot that at 720p, but now you can do it in full HD, so you should see a wicked increase in quality for that. There's advanced video capture settings now on this and on the Hero Edition called Superview, which captures all your action from a wide angle perspective. It is amazing that, because usually when you record a GoPro, it's a square image. With this one, just think of it like a rectangle and includes more detail, which basically means that the image sensor must be amazing. Photo resolutions is 12 megapixel default, which is up there with some of the consumer grade digital cameras you can pick up. And it also has a new feature called night photo, which you capture a single image with an exposure time of up to 30 seconds when shooting at night. With this, you've got advanced settings for the first time, where a lot of people have been requesting this in number 4. You can finally adjust your white balance and also play with your ISO settings with the GoPro 4, which makes it is.
Most camera technology these days is ISO settings, aperture, anything like that, is down to DSLRs. You can get it on phones and things, but in my opinion, it's a joke. The sensors are that small. Whether you've got an ISO 1 to 100 to 800. On a phone, it doesn't matter which one you set it on, it looks the same. The sensors are too small. So for actually doing that on a size camera, it's this massive leap
It's
forward.
fantastic. Ports wise, it's exactly the same as on a GoPro Hero 3. You've got a mini USB connection, a micro HDMI, and a micro SD with a maximum capacity of 64GB on any card you put in it. Price wise, you can get one of these from Argos at the moment in the UK for £369.99. So I would recommend one of those, and we should be performing a field test of one of those in a future episode. Cool. We'll go on now to the budget entry GoPro.
This was a brilliant
It's
idea.
called GoPro Hero, and it's fantastic what it's done. For £100, basically, you get a sports camera, a stills camera, stop motion, anything. It's brilliant. The maximum resolution you can achieve in this is at 1080p, which is ideal for what you need, and it records it at 30 frames per second in NTSC, which is American Broadcasting Point PAL. It also includes the super view, as I mentioned, includes a spot meter and a quick capture. So basically, as soon as it turns on, it starts recording. So it's a fantastic feature. Photo mode, it's 5 megapixel camera in contrast to the 12 of the black. It has burst mode, and it allows you to do a time lapse at 0.5 second intervals. Audio with it is mono compared to the black stereo. Ports wise, you only lose the micro HDMI lead. You still retain the micro USB and the SD slot, although your capacity is reduced to half. It's only 32GB. But for £100, you know, buy one. If you have any interest in sport photography or just nature photography,
I mean, these,
it's great.
for £100, actually the quality you get is unbelievable. There are cheaper options. Vivitar do one, which is like £30. Don't even think about it. The minute it falls off your bike, it's going to shatter a million pieces. One of the coolest things, which is not just for the GoPro 3, it's actually for the 4 as well, and probably got the Hero because they're all the same size, basically, is the ability, there's no lens adapters coming out, so you can literally put a lens adapter on the end of it and put things like a 35mm Nikon lens, put it straight on. And you turn in your little GoPro camera into something much more than just a little sports camera. Again, I mean, they range from anything from £7 up, so you're going to be surprised what it can get all of. But yeah, wonderful piece of kit.
Yeah.
Definitely one to sort of look for.
They are more expensive than the air action cameras, as Mike was saying, but at least they're tough.
It's the build quality and the sensor quality inside them. I mean, no offence, you know, it's like phone. Anything on a phone, it's the size of the sensor. Vivitar's version of it, yes, it looks fantastic. You'll get a nice little video on it, but the sensor's just got no quality in it at all. Absolutely none at all. And you know, if you want that image, if you want that quality, you've got to go and get one. Just sort of one more thing to wrap things up. I'm sort of a massive Nikon boy. Nikon are actually doing the cashback for Christmas, where you buy, I highly recommend if you're going to get a new camera or a lens, because most of the sort of stock that they've got in at the moment, you get cashback, anything from 75 on up. And so if you're buying £300 worth of kit, you're going to get 75 back. The higher you go, the more money you get back, so definitely go check that out. And that's about it then.
Yeah, that concludes episode 1 of Tech Talk.
Cheers guys.
We'll see you again in a couple of weeks.
Thanks guys.
Bye.